What do Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka have in common? Vision goes a long way to help an athlete perform at their best. But without this factor, it isn't worth very much. To understand what this is, let's take a look at some superstars. Simone Biles is a world champion gymnast and has 32 Olympic and world champion medals. She is tied as the most decorated gymnast of all time and has won at least one medal in every event at the World Championships. But at the 2020 Olympics, she felt the weight of the world on her shoulders, and she withdrew from most of the team competitions due to mental health issues.
I love you guys, but you're going to be this fine. I love you.
Naomi Osaka was ranked number 1 by the Women's Tennis Association. She's a 4-time Grand Slam singles champion and was the highest earning female athlete of all time in 2020. She has an aggressive playing style and a serve that can reach 125 miles an hour. In 2021, she withdrew from the French Open due to mental health challenges. Both athletes reached the top levels of performance in their respective sports, and both had their careers and their experiences affected by mental health issues. Without a strong mind and an ideal perspective, vision, no matter how good it is, won't be enough to win. In this video, we'll explore 4 ways to maximize your vision by maximizing your frame of mind and your approach to competition. Hello, I'm Dr. Daniel Laby. I'm a sports vision ophthalmologist with 30 years experience working with professional, Olympic, and elite athletes to help them maximize their vision for maximal sports performance. This channel is devoted to bringing that information to you to help you perform at your best. You're probably familiar with the idea to think positively and to visualize your future success. Fear of failure can reflect a negative mental perspective. Sometimes, though, competing with fear and having your back against the wall, where the only way out is to succeed, can often lead to great success. Along these lines, in a 2013 research study entitled Reversing Downward Performance Spirals, researchers noted that when colleagues critiqued the performance of dart throwers, they actually performed worse. But when their opponents provided negative feedback and critique, the throwers actually performed better. This shows that negative feedback can actually motivate an athlete to perform better. So what exactly are these 4 techniques? Firstly, we have the battle. Secondly, we need to trust. Thirdly, we must focus. And last, we must find what works. Now let's dive into a little more detail on each of these and see how they can help you focus your mind and therefore your vision. The first one is knowing what battle we must win. The battle we're talking about here is a constant battle we all face between our conscious and our unconscious mind. We need our unconscious mind in order to win in sports, and unfortunately, our conscious mind constantly judges and criticizes and tries to instruct our unconscious mind. The fact is that the more you consciously focus on your performance, the worse you will perform and the less successful you'll be. Now that we know what the battle is, who are we going to trust? The best performance will come from quieting your conscious mind and thoughts and allowing your unconscious mind to take over. Work to make your conscious mind let go of judgments and from interfering with unconscious actions. If you can quiet your conscious mind and let your unconscious mind take over, you'll be just like a predator stalking its prey on the competition. We've heard about the battle between our conscious mind and our unconscious mind, and we know we should trust our unconscious mind more. But how can we do that? What are we supposed to focus on? The best way to keep the conscious mind suppressed is to focus. Not visual focus, but in this case, mental focus. Forget about what has happened in the past or what might happen in the future. Instead, focus on the present. Don't stare hard at targets, but instead relax and guide your vision and your interests toward the target of importance. This is only possible if you are self-confident in the work you have done to get to this point, that you're non-judgmental, and there's that conscious mind once again, and you trust your skill and ability to perform well. Also, we need to find out what works for us. What works for us is likely to be very different from what works for someone else. In fact, why do kids learn languages and other things much faster than adults? They do it by not being afraid to make a mistake. They trust themselves and they push ahead without fear of criticism or fear of making mistakes. The key to ideal learning is not what others think, but finding what works best for you and learning in a way that's natural for you. There are many sources of help in this area. Many of these ideas come from the book The Inner Game of Tennis by Timothy Galway, but there are many other similar texts that address the same topics. What is important is to recognize the role of mental attitude and approach in sports and realize that it can have a significant effect on your athletic performance as well as your happiness in life. In addition to this, there are 3 other areas that are equally important in sports vision and performance. Take a look at the video here so you can maximize your vision, your performance, and your success. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.